opportunity to help lead the organization this year. I'd like to recognize a few folks before I get started. My wife Jane is here, and we celebrated our 40th wedding anniversary. Really, she is one of the most tolerant women in the world. But she's always there as a supporter, and certainly has supported me in my business and volunteer activities, and I appreciate it very much. So thank you for being here. My grandson Garrett is here. He is just licensed as a cosmetologist here in Tampa. He's going to be making Tampa his home now, so we're really excited about that. Ashley Noonan-Becker is here, and Ashley is with Heyman Woods. She's the owner's representative of the partnership that owns Connerton and responsible for the sponsorship that we had tonight. And a great part. And a number of friends. I won't name them all, but kind of see them in the front row here. And thank you all for being here very much. It means a lot to me to have you here, as you know. So thank you. You know, there was a situation that occurred that caused this to be postponed, and I know a lot of work went into rescheduling the event and tickets refunded and other things done. I appreciate everybody's tolerance and willingness and support in doing that. It meant a lot. You know, one of the things of interest to me when I first heard about potentially being on the leadership ladder from Willie was that, become potentially president. And my dad was actually president of the Middle Georgia Home Builders Association back in 1967. And so I kind of think back on that one fondly, and if I can do half as good a job as he did, then I think you'll be pleased with the way it goes. So it's kind of nice to think about that. Well, I'm very honored this year to serve as your president, and although we're early in the year, we are already making progress in three major areas of special focus: advocacy, leadership development, and most importantly, improving the value proposition for our membership. Advocacy. Our regulatory environment is very fluid, as you know today, and the long period of deep recession has strained resources in every government in the region. As the word of a trending recovery in the housing industry spreads, the facts are often lost in renewed enthusiasm by governments for additional revenues from the housing industry. Can't see that. Thus, some might believe that our housing industry is in full recovery, even though the level of housing volumes today, while substantially above the bottom, is only 45% of the level of what you consider to be a healthy market, and about 32% from the peak of 2006. So we have a long way to go, and we need to be cognizant of that. It's still not an easy environment for our companies to be successful. Yes, we're recovering, but we're far from typical. Impact fees for roads, schools, and other facilities are being evaluated by several key governments, and a proposal for major and possibly excessive fee increases are underway. The industry is willing to pay its fair share. It will strongly argue for a balance of additional resources for revenue to provide a fair balance of responsibility for meeting needs. As those in our industry are aware, our homeowners pay these fees ultimately, and they also bring incremental property tax revenues to the jurisdiction, important benefits to the communities through enhanced tax revenues and increased property values. Bottom line is, we need them as an important part of our economy. So we intend to engage, understand, recommend, and strongly advocate for solutions to the revenue pressures while insisting on fair treatment for our members. With regard to leadership development, we believe we must work to diversify our leadership development and participation on our various TBBA committees and other things. With the loss of managers during the downturn, we found that as we lost them from the industry, we lost them from the TBBA as well. And people are returning now to the industry, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to attract them into the association to help us make a difference today and for the future. And so that is an important element of focus. We have instituted a new quarterly event called the President's Reception, which will follow board meetings once a quarter. And it'll enable people who are new or interested in joining, or they're members and just otherwise interested in participating and getting to know the board better, to engage in a reception after the board meeting. The first of those will be on February 24th after their board meeting. So, increasing the value proposition. Our management team recognizes that we need to deliver relevant and evolving content to our members. We are formulating and implementing plans to enhance the services to our membership. Last year we modified the barometer and transitioned it into electronic format. I encourage you to scan this weekly publication electronically as this is our primary vehicle right now for providing updates and calls to action on various issues. You'll see additional opportunities to upgrade the value to your membership, and we will invite you to take full advantage of them. We welcome any suggestions you have for improving the membership experience, making it more relevant to you, making it more helpful, and we've got the great staff to make that happen, and volunteers. As this year evolves, we will have aggressive goals to increase and retain members. So expect to hear from us if you are not a member yet of the association. You might get a call. So we'll try to give you value. These are some of the focal points we'll be pursuing this year, and I look forward to working with our leadership team. You can see a great group of folks and our members, likewise, to further advance the great success of TBBA. And speaking of TBBA's great successes, just last week, our Sales and Marketing Council won the coveted Gold Award as the best Sales and Marketing Council in the United States. This is the National Association of Home Builders Awards program in Las Vegas. It's a great honor. For several years, we actually won silver. And finally, they saw the light. Came around. So this year, the team made us even more proud. And I invite Janice Snow and Ryan Doherty to stand and be recognized as the SMC presidents who led their teams in bringing this. My commitment to, as your president, to work with this association is to leave it better than I found it, and I found it in great condition. After many years of struggling and with great presidents who managed to keep, and staff who managed to keep the association alive and thriving during very difficult times. So we're now in better times. We want to elevate the association in some key areas and provide our future leaders with a professional organization they can be proud of. We've all worked very hard to get where we are, and it's time to move the needle again. Now I'd like to ask our outgoing president, Jason Starling, to join me on the stage. Jason, it's your turn.